I was here, the first time I came to Aspen it would have been 1985, 84, 85, and winter of 85, and it's when the Tears for Fears album, Songs from the Big Chair, just came out, which was like one of my favorite records as a teenager. And so like coming back here now, like I always think of that record, you know, it's kind of spooky, but great. When my first record came out in 1996, I thought I'd made kind of like a weird folk record with string arrangements, and there happened to be a pop song on it which kind of sent me into this top 40 universe, and kind of the world of VH1 and all of that stuff. And you know, there's an aspect of it that's really great, but it wasn't someplace I felt particularly comfortable, and it wasn't, you know, I didn't grow up listening to things that were hugely on the radio. I kind of listened to different, you know, kind of more eccentric. I was kind of an Anglophile as growing up, so you know, everything for me was all about import records and, you know, alternative music, what it used to be. And so, you know, I think after that experience of you know, making that first record and touring that, you know, that first couple of years, I really wanted to do something that was, you know, less in the pop music spotlight and just more about a pure artistic expression, for lack of a better word. And so, you know, I went and did that, and it was a difficult road, certainly. And you know, there was a lot of disappointment because you want your cake and eat it too. You know, you want to make, you know, your record that is like just all about your own aesthetic, and also have it be a gold album and all that. But it doesn't always work out that way, and that's okay. But I just, you know, I continued to make records, and then I started working in the theater. We actually started working on Spring Awakening in 1999, and so for the past 8 years, you know, I've kind of been working in these two different mediums, even though people didn't know it until recently. And you know, during the summer of 2006, Spring Awakening started to really blow up in New York, and then, you know, it went to Broadway, and we won all these Tony Awards, and it's been really great. And you know, now I really can just keep making records for the sake of making records, and I don't have to worry about, you know, the commercial prospects of those things, and that's just an awesome feeling. The conception of the piece is very different from, you know, from most other Broadway shows, and probably the thing that it's closest to is not even a piece of theater. It's Dancer in the Dark, the Lars von Trier movie that Björk was in. And so we, you know, set out to make this piece of theater using, you know, alternative rock. It's not the music that you normally hear in the theater. And it's set in 1891, but the music is modern. And, you know, we workshopped it at La Jolla, at Sundance, with the Roundabout Theater twice. You know, we did it at Lincoln Center in 2005. We kind of rewrote and reshaped this thing, you know, 7 or 8 times before it actually, you know, we had a full production. So it was like a lot of work and a lot of arguing with a lot of creative people who have their own ideas about how things are supposed to look. But it, you know, I'm super proud of it, and I'm really psyched that now, you know, 1,000 people a night are going to see it. It's just incredible. And yeah, it's going to go on the road starting in August, I think, and I'm not sure when it comes to Colorado, but it's certainly, I'm sure it'll be here, you know, within the year of when it starts on the road. Well, a couple things. There's David Poe down there. I'm actually making a record with David, and he's being a bit of a jackass as usual. Can I say that on Plum TV? No, David is awesome, and we have this band called The I Love You, and we made the record last summer up at Woodstock, and so hopefully that'll come out at some point this year. And I have a few theater pieces that, besides Spring Awakening, that should see the light of day over the next 12 to 18 months. So that, and then there's a couple movie things. They might make Spring Awakening into a movie sooner than later. So, you know, a bunch of cool stuff that, you know, really psyched to get back into.